What is going on, everybody? It's Franz. We're back again for a Smackdown Live review, the going-home show to Survivor Series for October 13th, 2000, not October, but November 13th, 2018. And boy, oh boy, oh boy. Anybody who's going to that pre-sale party for the WrestleMania coming around next year, yeah, WrestleMania really has nothing left to show us for this year because the two biggest things, well, the one that we knew was going to probably happen with Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey. That's happening at Survivor Series now. We'll get to that later. And the other thing that everyone, from me to others, have been predicting for Daniel Bryan, his redemption story from coming back this year, beating Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens in a tag team match in his first match back, to going through an entire year and becoming the winner of the Royal Rumble or however else, going to WrestleMania and winning the WWE Championship. Well, that's out the door too. So WrestleMania 35 has nothing special to offer us now because of what WWE did tonight. And what the hell was that ending tonight? We had a WWE Championship match between AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan. 371 days. AJ Styles was your WWE champion, and yes, was, because Daniel Bryan, of anybody in the WWE right now, Daniel Bryan turned heel. He lowblowed AJ Styles, hit him with the running knee, 1, 2, 3, and became your new WWE champion. And another thing, where was the Raw retaliation? Where was Raw at? SmackDown's women came out last night and beat the hell out of everyone on Raw and left, and we got nothing for Raw. I guess, of course, Raw had a house show tonight, so there was nothing they could really do. But yeah, there was no Raw retaliation whatsoever. So what in the hell was the point of doing the SmackDown Live invasion last night? Does this have to do something with Becky Lynch face being broken? Yes, she is going to be out of Survivor Series. She is not going up against Ronda Rousey. So the poster that they have of Ronda Rousey and Becky Lynch on opposite sides is going to have to be changed now. But that's just semantics. But tonight we saw AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship. And AJ Styles, yes, everyone expected, everyone hoped that Samoa Joe was going to win the WWE Championship at SummerSlam or Hell in a Cell or at Super Showdown or even at Crown Jewel. And yes, AJ Styles held the title for over 365 days, 371 to be exact. And in my opinion, I just don't like when you have something as big of a title reign, even though it wasn't a big title reign in the fact that AJ Styles only main evented 2 shows this year as WWE Champion. That was Fastlane and tonight. Even when he faced Daniel Bryan 2 weeks ago for the WWE Championship, that opened the show. That wasn't even the main event. That opened the show. Tonight was the first time, if I'm correct, since Fastlane that AJ Styles main evented a show of any kind on TV, from either SmackDown or a pay-per-view or WrestleMania or anything. It's just, that's not good for a WWE Championship, that it pretty much got bumped from so many things. Now, of course, this is going to lead to Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles at TLC for the WWE Championship, of course, most likely, I'm going to say. But, well, why do they do this? Everyone, there's people talking about, oh, Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar is a dream match. Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar is a fresh match and is something worth watching, and I disagree. Let's talking back 4 years ago to when you had John Cena. Well, when Daniel Bryan was WWE Champion, and he came out of WrestleMania, he went and defended the title against Kane. I believe it was at Backlash. It was Extreme Rules. And he went up against Kane, and that was the last time he wrestled for the WWE Championship because he had to relinquish it due to injury. Okay. Go a little bit further to Money in the Bank. They had a 6-man ladder match for the WWE Championship, which, of course, John Cena won. Okay. John Cena holds that until SummerSlam. Alright, continuing on. we get the SummerSlam. It's John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. And then everybody remember what happened in that match. John Cena got very little, if any, offense at all, and Brock Lesnar suplex, F5, I think he had like 3 F5s, 1, 2, 3, beat the holy hell out of John Cena, barely any offense, and that was that. He was your WWE champion. That match was supposed to be Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar. That was supposed to be the beating that John Cena received from Brock Lesnar was supposed to go to Daniel Bryan. It wasn't going to be an AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar match like it was last year for AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar. It was going to be a systematic beatdown of Daniel Bryan. And WWE's feeling, if that match would have went through, is that this Brock Lesnar beating down Daniel Bryan in the way he beat down John Cena that year was going to snap Daniel Bryan and his fans out of this fantasy world that Daniel Bryan is an A-plus player, and Daniel Bryan would go from being a championship contender to just a mid-carder like WWE wanted to push him at the time. As you all know, Daniel Bryan was forced to retire on February of 2016, made his return at WrestleMania this year. And now, one heel turn later, one low blow, one running knee, and a random episode of Smackdown, a 371 title reign. The title reign was ended just because, for whatever that reason, WWE decided that AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar 2 was not big enough for Survivor Series. Now, not AJ Styles, but Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar is not a dream match. Daniel Bryan has no chance of beating Brock Lesnar. Daniel Bryan has no chance to stand toe-to-toe with Brock Lesnar. I expect a match similar to what we would have seen between Daniel Bryan and Brock Lesnar. It had Daniel Bryan made it to SummerSlam in 2014, where Daniel Bryan is going to get really get his ass kicked by Brock Lesnar, and his entire heel turn tonight that they had him do, it's going to be all for nothing. So how did SmackDown Live kick off? We had the then WWE Champion at the time, AJ Styles, coming out to cut a promo and respond to what Paul Heyman said last night about himself. And then chaos ensues between AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan.
71 days to be exact. I have defended this WWE Championship against the best that sports entertainment has to offer.
And for most of that title reign, from WrestleMania to now, it was Shinsuke Nakamura, Rusev, Samoa Joe, Daniel Bryan, Samoa Joe, and Daniel Bryan. Yeah, not the best title reign for the last umpteen months.
Every pay-per-view, every live event, day in and day out, I have been here. I have been the workhorse since I got into the WWE.
110% agree with that. WWE likes to spit out that Roman Reigns was the workhorse, even though he wasn't really. AJ Styles has been and will always be the workhorse of the WWE until he retires from the ring.
I have faced dream opponents that have taken me to my limits. I've had nightmare opponents that have threatened my family, and I've defeated them all. All except for Brock Lesnar. But I get a second chance. Most don't survive the first. But I plan on doing more than just surviving. I intend on...
Ladies and gentlemen,
no introduction needed.
Mr. Styles, with all due respect, because last night on Monday Night Raw, the premier show here in WWE,
had to disagree with you, Mr. Heyman. The premiere show happens tomorrow night with NXT, as we're on the go-home show to NXT TakeOver War Games, which happens this Saturday night, which is going to blow. It's going to blow Survivor Series away, even though Survivor Series is still. It's not where it was at 24 hours ago, but it's still better than what it could be, or what it could have been.
You, sir, in the entire WWE universe, there's no one that my client, Brock Lesnar, wants to fight this Sunday at Survivor Series more than you, AJ Styles. And the reason, sir, is because when you think of the greatest in-ring performers in World Wrestling Entertainment history, the WWE Champion, AJ Styles.
He mentioned Mickey the Dragon Steamboat, Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels. He should have put Macho Man Randy Savage in there, but that's neither here nor there. So, yeah.
This close to being as good as number one Daniel Bryan.
I have
4
nothing
years ago.
but respect for Daniel Bryan. Always have. But also, let me remind you that I didn't just beat Daniel Bryan. I tapped him out. I'm not.
So Daniel Bryan makes his way to the ring because he's offended by what AJ Styles had to say.
Quite sure why you guys are even talking about me. Yes, we did have our championship match 2 weeks ago. Thank you for bringing that up. And yes, you did tap me out. I can accept that. Thank you for bringing that up. No excuses. But I told you before that match, I respect you. And I meant that. But I also told you, I've been looking for a reason to punch you in the face. You mentioned my name one more time without reason, and I am going to punch you in the face. Thank you very much, and good night.
Whoa, wait just a second. When someone asked one of the best performers I've ever been in the ring with, you mean to tell me I can't tell them Daniel Bryan?
When you look back at what happens here, you could have saw what happened at the end of the night coming a little bit more, because Daniel Bryan punches him in the face.
Daniel Bryan attacking the WWE Champion! You proud man and AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan. I think AJ Styles only meant respect when he spoke Daniel Bryan. Commissioner Shane McMahon, also part of the Smackdown men's team for Survivor Series, trying to protect Daniel Bryan and separate these two. It's the last thing either Styles or Daniel Bryan needs heading into Survivor Series. Well, it's about brand supremacy on Sunday. You want to keep the WWE Champion whole. You want to keep the co-captain Daniel Bryan whole. You want your brand to be as unified as possible. Right now, this is the exact opposite. Chill out. Calm down. Calm down. Oh, now Daniel Bryan trying to get his way to AJ Styles. These officials and referees trying to keep these two apart. Come on. Chill on, hey. Chill on. Hey, calm down, Bryan. Calm down. Hey, Daniel, take it easy. Calm down. Calm down. Get him out. Come on, Daniel. Let's go. Let's go. Calm down.
So we go to commercial break and we come back, and Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon are having a nice little argument, screaming match in I guess the general manager or commissioner's office. AJ comes in and there is just chaos ensuing even more. Eventually Shane McMahon says, okay, fine, you guys will fight for the title on the line later in the night. And quite honestly, anybody could have saw what was going to happen coming when it came to who was going to be WWE Champion going into Survivor Series after all that. Then we had our first match of the night, which was our Johnny Cena versus Jeff Hardy, and I don't get why Almas has to continue to lose. I know he doesn't need to he's not, they have nothing for him right now to be pushed for now. But Jeff Hardy did not need the win tonight. Jeff is set to where he could lose the next 6 or 7 or 8 matches that he's in on the main roster, and nobody would bat an eye. Andrade Cien Almas is the younger guy. Andrade Cien Almas is the guy who should be going over at least a couple times. Last week with Rey Mysterio, I could understand him not winning because they want to try and keep Rey Mysterio looking strong going into Survivor Series. But after this match, it kind of made sense why they had Jeff Hardy win. Was because the simple fact is we go back to the locker room, and Paige is with Miz, and she informs him that Daniel Bryan is no longer part of SmackDown's men's team, which, again, was another indication that Daniel Bryan was walking out of SmackDown tonight as WWE Champion. Why would you take him off of the team if he was not going to be WWE Champion? Do you think WWE was going to keep him off of Survivor Series? No. So, Miz says, okay, well, I'm the full-time captain. I'm the only captain now. Jeff Hardy is going to be our 5th and final member. He goes to kick Rey Mysterio off the team, but Paige says that's not going to happen. If you want Rey off the team, then you will face Rey Mysterio tonight. So, for the 3rd time in less than a month, you get Rey Mysterio versus The Miz. Then we hear from Shinsuke Nakamura, who says that Seth Rollins broke his heart. I don't know how, but, I think this is Kayla Braxton who is doing the interview. I can't remember. There's so many females other than, Kathy Kelly, I know you can tell, but it's most of these women outside of Renee Young and Kathy Kelly, it's they're a dime a dozen. They just come in and they just blend, and you don't know who's who half the time.
Champion Shinsuke Nakamura.
They point to where Shinsuke should be, and he's not there.
Shinsuke Nakamura?
He's on his phone listening to music.
Why didn't you introduce?
Shinsuke, the WWE Universe considers your match, this fantasy matchup this Sunday. How do you plan on beating Seth Rollins, someone you never faced before?
Last night, Seth Rollins says he wasn't thinking about me. Last night, Seth broke my heart. All I've thought about is Seth. I'm a Seth. I breathe Seth. I drink Seth.
Oh boy.
And he's not thinking about me. Broke my heart.
Oh God.
So, at Survivor Series, I will break its face.
Oh boy, the Shinsuke Nakamura heel run. Hit or miss. Hit or miss. Rey Mysterio versus The Miz was, of course, it was just Rey Mysterio versus The Miz. We've seen it twice already. It was a pretty decent match here. Miz tried to, of course, erase, because Rey Mysterio was Daniel Bryan's pick on the Survivor Series team when Daniel Bryan was a co-captain. So, why not just try and kick the guy off who it was? He said he wanted to get rid of the stench of Daniel Bryan from the team. So, that is why he was trying to get rid of Rey Mysterio. Miz tries to roll at Rey Mysterio, and Rey Mysterio catches him with a roll up of his own for the 1, 2, 3. Rey Mysterio remains on Survivor Series team for SmackDown Live's men team. So it's Samoa Joe, Miz, not Daniel Bryan, Jeff Hardy, Rey Mysterio, and who was the 5th guy? It's Miz, Jeff Hardy, Samoa Joe, Rey Mysterio, and Shane McMahon. Gee, I forgot about Shane. Post-match, though, Rey Mysterio is celebrating when he dodges out of the way as Randy Orton tries to hit an RKO. Apparently, Rey Mysterio is the next victim for Randy Orton. We'll see where this goes. Miz bumps into Randy Orton and he eats the RKO, as that is that. As it was reported by Tom Phillips at the beginning of the show, Becky Lynch is not going to be participating in Survivor Series because of an inadvertent punch to the face by careless Nia Jax, who, in my opinion, should be sent back down to developmental. She is careless. She has injured multiple women. She injured Zelina Vega at Evolution. She's injured Bayley before. Injured Alexa Bliss, even though I don't care about Alexa Bliss that much, but still. This is not the first time she's injured somebody, and we get a marquee match taken away from us at Survivor Series. The marquee match for Survivor Series that everybody was looking forward to, including myself. When that was the first match announced for Survivor Series, I was hyped as can be and could not wait for that match. And now we have to either wait a little bit longer or it's just not going to happen until next year when we get because it's going to happen next year one way or another. Unless it doesn't happen until we get the women versus women, 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen match that we all know is coming eventually, because WWE did not shine the 4 horsewomen of MMA for just because they felt like it. WWE wants to get that match out there. Paige brings everybody out from the women's division. And here's the thing, there is still an open slot on the Smackdown Live women's team for Survivor Series. You have Naomi, Sonya Deville, and man, I can't remember the team at the time, but anyway, there's still a missing slot because Charlotte Flair was supposed to be there. She never came out last week. So, and after what Becky Lynch picked tonight, that hug killed me. Basically, Paige comes out and says Becky Lynch is going to pick her replacement in this match because she's injured. Becky Lynch comes out, apologizes to the fans because she couldn't back up her words yet. She said that just because she's not going to wrestle, she pretty much said that just because she's not going to get Ronda Rousey right now, she will get her soon. Goes all over the Iconics, Charlotte Flair, Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose, Naomi, Asuka, and Mandy Rose. And it's like, WWE could have went a better route, in my opinion, and instead went the route that ruined what was supposed to be the big match for Charlotte and Flair at WrestleMania, which was going to be Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey. Becky looks at Charlotte, says, go beat Ronda, like I was going to beat her and make her tap out, They shake hands, and then all of a sudden, Becky Lynch hugs Charlotte as if everything that they've done since SummerSlam meant absolutely nothing. It's just, I hate that it's like you're just going, I don't care if it's the brand supremacy. You wanted to have this big match, Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte, be the first women's match to main event of WrestleMania. You had November, December, January, February, March to make that a big deal. Now, there's no reason for that match at WrestleMania because of what happened tonight. But the fact that you took the animosity between Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch and just squashed it, that doesn't sit right with me. Charlotte Flair does react to being chosen to face Ronda Rousey.
An emotional moment just now with your longtime friend turned bitter rival Becky Lynch. You to replace her in the match against Rousey. Put this moment words.
I have spent half my career fighting against Becky. Last night I fought with Becky, and this Sunday I will fight for Becky. And it's going to be my honor at Survivor Series when this queen beats Ronda Rousey and proves that Smackdown is the superior brand. Woo!
And then we had the New Day versus the Show Bar, which is the Bar and Big Show, which, do you really care? Because I honestly do not. Of course, we're going to have the Bar versus the Authors of Pain at Survivor Series. Shawn won this one after the Big Show hits the WND, which is his knockout punch, on Kofi Kingston for the 3 count. Whoop-de-doo! Then we go to the back in a promo for who is going to be on the Smackdown tag team, 10-man tag team match for the Survivor Series kickoff show. Which I'm just going to say, it's great to see that the Cruiserweight Championship is not going to be lessened to the kickoff show. I really hope that is going to open the Survivor Series main card. I just really hope it is. The Usos rally Team SmackDown ahead of Survivor Series. Okay, we have the Clones, the Good Brothers, and Sanity. Remember, the New Day already on this team.
This Sunday, all about survival. Every team in this room got beef. You have to put that beef aside come Sunday. Hola, familia. Good brothers. Good brothers. Hey, this Sunday, I need y'all to be too mean. What else? And too vicious. And what else? Good brothers got y'all loose. Hey, this Sunday is gonna get real chaotic.
United will purge.
That's what I'm saying, Oos. What's that, baby? If there's one thing that every tag team behind us can agree on, what's that, Oos? It's something called unity. Oh, yeah. Come Sunday, it's lockdown. Welcome to the Smackdown Penitentiary.
Okay, I can see the Sanity and the Good Brothers, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, but the Colones? Are there really no other tag teams besides the Bar, the New Day, the Colones, the Usos, the Sanity, and the Good Brothers? There are really no other tag teams on SmackDown, so we get the Colones. I mean, it's on the pre-show, so you're probably not going to really watch it. I really don't care. I will put a prediction thing out there, but the Colones? Is there really no other tag teams? Wow. That's your division right there. That's your division. And half that division you don't even see half the time. Then we have the biggest talking point of the show, the WWE Championship match, which went about 20 minutes. AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan. This was a damn good match. And then the finish happened. We're coming down to the finish. We have a phenomenal forearm that AJ Styles was going for. Daniel Bryan moves out of the way. Charles Robinson, who is a referee, I think Mr. Bumps a lot, gets not knocked out completely. He gets run into by AJ Styles, so he's down for a mere second or two. AJ turns around and gets hit with a low blow. And I'm thinking, what the hell are we getting? Because this would actually be karma catching up with AJ Styles. Because if anybody remembers, how did AJ Styles win his first WWE Championship? In a match against Dean Ambrose at Backlash in 2016, AJ Styles got kicked Dean Ambrose in the balls and then hit a Styles Clash, I believe it was, for the victory. So, this happening to him, it's really just karma catching up to him. But what a way to change Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan, the biggest babyface that they had, somehow, someway, they turned him heel. He kicks him in the balls. And then you just see this sinister smile, this evil smile, and like he's enjoying himself come over Daniel Bryan. He hits the running knee, 1, 2, 3. He has the WWE Championship, and then he's just like, I did it. And then the next thing you know, he grabs AJ Styles by the arms and starts stomping him down. I think someone like Shinsuke Nakamura did to AJ Styles earlier this year. So if you're keeping track, Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura and Daniel Bryan both turned heel on AJ Styles this year. So, yay for that one. But I thought, okay, we're gonna still get AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar, and this was going to be a Raw Invasion retaliation, but that didn't happen. It just didn't happen. I don't know why WWE decided to go with this. It made no sense to me why they decided to do that. Desperation? Why would you do this? It's just going to be desperation, in my opinion. There's just no reason to take the title off AJ Styles on a random episode of Smackdown. And you're probably thinking, well, for us, they did it to Jinder Mahal last year. Jinder Mahal was supposed to face Brock Lesnar, and he got beaten on a random episode of Smackdown. Jinder Mahal was a terrible champion, whereas AJ Styles was a great champion that just had a terrible title run because WWE put Roman Reigns over him for his entire run as champion in 2018, which was just horrible. But yeah, WWE, they got a lot to talk. We have a lot to talk about with that. Where does AJ Styles go from here? Obviously, AJ Styles will have his day to go after Daniel Bryan when it comes to SummerSlam. I'm not SummerSlam, but TLC. We will have Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. But why? Why would they do that? Throw away a 371-day title reign. Not too many title reigns nowadays go over 365 days, one full year. AJ Styles is the first guy to do it since CM Punk did it, and we all thought, well, they're just going to go and take out CM Punk's modern day record. I would say modern day record because it's not, no one's ever going to beat Bruno Sammartino's record. But what did we get? We got AJ Styles not going to SummerSlam, Survivor Series now. I don't know why I keep saying SummerSlam, but not going to Survivor Series now. Will he play a factor in the end of this entire thing? Will he play a factor in Daniel Bryan losing? I doubt it because, quite honestly, I don't want to see Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan. I would not want to even watch Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar. Here's the problem: Brock Lesnar is hated by the WWE Universe. You just turned your biggest babyface, one of your biggest babyfaces, heel, and gave him the WWE Championship to face off against one of the more hated guys in WWE right now. What the fuck were they thinking? I don't know, and it makes absolutely no goddamn sense. Daniel Bryan has no chance to beat. No reason for AJ Styles to lose that match. Just no reason whatsoever. Oh my goodness. So, now what? AJ Styles is missing Survivor Series unless something else happens. Which I think is dumb by WWE to even take Daniel Bryan off the Team Survivor Series, off the Smackdown Team Survivor Series team, and two, take AJ Styles out of Survivor Series. You already lost Becky Lynch because of Miss Careless Jax, who should not be anywhere near the wrestling ring for a long time. It's just ridiculous. WWE is they're in desperation mode. They lost one of their big marquee matches. Quite honestly, they have. They driven away. They lost one of their big marquee matches thanks to Nia Jax, Careless Jax, who needs to be taken out and sent to developmental because that's where she belongs right now. But, sheesh. We have a lot to look forward to. War Games is going to blow this thing out of the water, plain and simple. But Survivor Series has been turned on its head, and we have 2 new matches to look forward to instead of just one. And a heel Daniel Bryan. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of Daniel Bryan as a heel now. He's not a face anymore. He quite heavily got booed out of the building. But now what? I don't know. And we'll just have to wait and see what happens at Survivor Series. Daniel Bryan, of course, stands absolutely no chance. No chance to beat Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's going to go in there, suplex, 1 F5, and everything that they just did tonight means absolutely fucking nothing. So then, my name is Franz. I will see you guys tomorrow for NXT and NXT UK. Hopefully, I am moving tomorrow morning during the day. So hopefully NXT and NXT UK can still be up at 9 o'clock, 9-ish, 9:30-ish, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. If not, it will be up on Thursday morning, Thursday at noon, one way or another. But I will see here, of course, for Unscripted. That is definitely going to be happening on Saturday, no matter what. Until then, my name is Franz. You guys have a good one, and I'll see you for. We also have a preview and predictions to do for both War Games and Survivor Series coming this week. But I'm getting out of here, and I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Until then, have a good one, and let me know what you think of everything that happened on SmackDown Live tonight. I'm getting out of here.